Alright. Oh shoot, forgot my controller. What's up everybody? My name is Melters. I'm just gonna be checking to see if my microphone's on. Oh sweet, 50 followers. Just gonna be checking a few things here, but pretty soon we're gonna go ahead and jump right into Hopsital's knuckles centurion analysis. It's gonna be like a mini one, just a little bit. Alright. Oh shoot, forgot my controller. Yeah. My microphone is working very good. So here's what's going on. I'm gonna be starting this momentarily. The volume seems a little bit loud though. Oh, it'll be a real shame if wouldn't be able to hear things, but here we go. The general gist of things is I'm going to give a quick summary of what I think is going on. Well, just a quick summary of pretty much everything in general, then I'm going to go piece by piece. Nice. Hold on. No, that's... Come on. Come on. Oh, okay. Should have echoed there a little bit, but overall, what I think is just... I already reviewed this with you like a little bit ago, but hold on. Yeah, just gotta make sure this is fixed a little bit here. Okay. And the reason why this is like this is because I think I'm gonna be able to stream a little bit better like this without lag. Well, let me just make sure. Let me double check. Let's go into this. The stage has a pretty high bit right here. I'm gonna double check. Hey, free piece. Yeah, I'm good. So I'm already looking at the footage as we speak. So overall, I'm not gonna focus on your movement as much. I suppose that clips are sort of ingrained into movement in a way, but I really count that as a trick. The general movement I'm going to comment on in a few stages as it goes, but overall, your movement in particular knuckles is something that it's just gonna come along. It's not something that I have to be worried about, you have to be worried about, it'll come. But I will point out things as they're needed. There are a few things that I'm going to go over, which is free piece checks are the biggest one, and that's what's going to drastically save you time. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be like a huge learning process, but it is possible if I can do it. And I'm like playing in. For me, it's harder to see because I'm playing windowed, but it's also possible in every resolution of the piece. Well, most resolutions, I should say, but definitely 4:3 because I play on the GameCube as well. So I'm not saying that you need to do this right away. Just this is what will help you, and this is just a recommendation. Now, so free pieces are pretty big. You'd be surprised how in a lot of stages, such as Meteor Herd, and I'm gonna turn the game volume all the way down. Actually, I don't essentially need it. So in a lot of stages, such as Pumpkin Hill and Meteor Herd, you're actually losing a lot of time by not knowing where hint monitors, where the best ones are. You know where they are, but you don't know where the best ones are. That's actually saving, well, I should say losing you quite a bit of time. And we're going to go over that as it goes. Like, for example, in Wild Canyon, that's not really a problem because hint monitors are everywhere, few and far in between, but in Meteor, for example, and Pumpkin Hill, which I kind of pointed out. However, routing is also a big one as well. Just, and we can split routing into two parts, really. The first part of routing is something that you haven't encountered yet, where routing free pieces. Let's say you get beginning room. Now you know not to look for like the chow box piece or lap of a wild painting because it can't be there, and thus you can optimize your free piece routing, free piece checking routing to check for more piece twos. But that's something that's a little bit more sort of advanced that you'll catch on to later, and that's not something that I'm going to be going over really. There's routing in the fact of, oh, I got free piece bird box piece 2. Now I'm not going to look for any more piece 2s that I could look for, such as on a railway. Same sort of thing. And I think that routing is pretty big. Routing, and it spans across more than a couple things really, like monitors. Like you need to know which monitors to go for. What the straightest way to a piece is. This is most prevalent in Pumpkin Hill, where you sort of go in a roundabout way to get to where you need to be. And in Meteor Herd too, but on a far lesser scale. So free pieces routing monitors is definitely what I'm going to focus on with a little bit of movement. So again, I'm not going to go over your Knuckle Centurion because if I do it this way, it's going to be tougher. I'd have to go through the Twitch clip, and last time I did that, it didn't go too well because the pause button didn't work. And in addition to that, I just want to get something out there right now so that this is going to take forever, and you can have like a little bit of a bite size, maybe 1 hour, 2 hour long instead of the usual 3 hour, 4 hour. So to this end, we're going to go over Wild Canyon and all the other stages, but we're not going to have like direct comparisons to what you do. But I have reviewed your Knuckle Centurion many a time, and I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what to look for off of memory. Hold on. Community showcase. Okay. So without further ado, is there anything else I want to say? Yeah, so just to conclude the beginning, I should say. Free piece checks are your friend, and that's gonna save the most time in the long run. Just bash your head against it until you get them. You can do it, just trust me on it. But it's up to you to figure out when you're comfortable and ready to do so. Clips are going to be aid you in this process. Clips, especially in Aquatic Mine, you want to pay attention to, and Death Chamber to a lesser extent. But come on, let's go ahead and do this. Before I get into Wild Canyon, I want to go ahead. It's basically starting out. The beginning of Wild Canyon, I noticed that you sort of skip out on a few free pieces here and there. Well, you don't skip out on them. You skip out on a railway, both of them, but the sort of, how you say, script that you go for is pretty inefficient sometimes, and I feel like sometimes it gives way to missing between two stone statues and the moving piece around all the pillars. So I'm going to go over the way I do it. There's a lot of ways that different people do the free pieces at the very beginning of the levels, so I'm just going to show you the way that I do it. This is why I say that a lot of the things that I say are going to be recommendations, and the things that I don't know, for example, such as bugs on patrol free piece check, or I'm going to be referring you to other people like Tommy or Aiden. So here we go. The first thing, oh shoot, gotta get a moving window here. The first thing I check is beginning room. Beginning room first of all. So here I missed out on, oh shoot, forgot the controls. How do I jump again? Let's reset. I was playing Smash Brothers, that's why I thought the X button was jump. So go over here, check beginning room, check this, and here's like a little tidbit. Say if you miss out and you do this, just go ahead and do like a small jump and you'll be in there immediately. Next, let's say I do this, go over here. Let me get my computer up actually, that would be helpful. Because locking your camera in certain scenarios is going to make a quite big of a difference. Long run. I'm going to go into probably live split. Sonic input display. So we're just going to have this up here. I might just do SMPs after this too. Okay, so immediately what I want to do is I want to keep my, and I check for this, I want to put my eyes on over here because this is where the piece is going to go and it's going to fly over here. And then between the two stone statues is going to fly over here in this direction, as you know. But my eye wants to immediately go over in this direction, not like in the center here or over here. You want to go over here in this direction, sort of, not over here, more like over here. I think that's most optimal. Now, I want to go over here immediately. Get this hint. Hold on. This hint. And I want to point something out. See this? The hint's supposed to be somewhere around here. So you get this hint, and you want to see how this this thing pops in over here. I wish I want to try to reset until I get this, but I think it's pretty well illustrated here. This is sort of how you want to check for this on a railway. In fact, let me just reset, and you'll see what I mean. And we're going to get a pretty good picture here. See, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to be looking at this monitor, and then you're going to be seeing this on the web. So here's what I want to do in quick motion here. And we kind of just saw this piece there. But that's sort of the way you want to do it. What do you do after that? Over here, check. And then you want to go over here, punch, punch. And we're going to go over these two free piece checks I want to say. Right now, everybody does this differently from what I've seen, but again, I'm moving pretty quickly here. But let's go ahead and check this out. So, the main idea is to, there's also a way to check for this. Here's what you want to do. You want to check for this piece right here. It's going to be right, where's the arrow? Oh, right here actually. It's on this guy's lap. You want to wall painting and then pillar without a treasure, which is right here. And in addition, like, it's pretty easy to see by a tall pillar is a bit of a trivial check. Now, just because of how easy it is. So how do you do it? How do you check for all these three pieces when it's just so hard, when it's just when it's so close together in like the matter of frames, you know? How do you do that? Now let me tell you how. The trick is you want to check for them in order. The way that you don't check for this piece and you kind of freak out is by trying to check them all at once. But that's not how you do it. You have to check these pieces sequentially. You want to check for this one first. The lap of this guy right here. You want to check this guy. Okay? And then, let's just go down here. Do that. So as you see, I turned my camera all the way right. I was holding right there. But that's not the end of it. So what do? I kind of lock my camera, is my strategy. Lock my camera when I'm sort of parallel. Lock my camera parallel to see this piece. So I look and I see if it's there, and guess what that does? What it does, it gives me a pretty good view of it gives me a pretty good view of the chow box as well, because check it out. We're gonna do this again. So go ahead and we're gonna see how well the camera lock is. Look, it's gonna be right there and it's gonna be pretty clear. So first go ahead, check this one, and then go ahead, check this one. Again, tall pillar, you're just gonna see it immediately. It's gonna pop out at you, so no real reason to look for it. But this gives me a pretty good view of it, honestly. I've seen like some people, like, they have different methods, and of course, like my idea, I want to give you different avenues of success here. Like, some people don't check for a thing and they just go ahead, lock their cameras, do that to get a pretty good view of it. So it's really up to you. Now, here's a way to get that piece, by the way. I should probably tell you about that pretty soon. So there's the beginning. since we have this piece right here, I do want to illustrate something. We're going to be, well, actually, what should I do? Yes, so beginning movement in every facet is important. And what do I mean by this? I'm going to go over yellow piece movement, yellow ping movement as well, because that's almost as important. And it's going to come up constantly. So what do I mean by this? You're going to check for, it's actually moved to check for this piece that's too close, it's not going to be there. So let's say you go over here, you get this piece, or more importantly, go into this piece. Remember, I'm gonna go ahead, punch this at a sort of side angle. Go over here, get this in, check for these two pieces still. Go over here, check. See, just like that. Check for this piece, and what you can do is you can just sort of glide down and get it and react that way, and boom, you're getting pretty good time. I was kind of stalling there, so I'm not gonna go. But this way, you can actually check 4 free pieces still, which is pretty valuable. Same thing if you get, let's say if you get a ping and you figure out you get a ping going down and the ping's not there anymore, and you get, I forget what this piece is called, but you get either this piece or this piece at the beginning. This is sort of a pattern that I noticed. Your beginning is what you want to focus on, is one of the many things you want to focus on while cannon. You want to go over here, you want to come over here, and you want to double check that no pieces are floating around in this area or this area, okay? It's very important. And I honestly think that you might be able to, no, I don't think you'll be able to see the on a railway, no, you wouldn't be able to get on a railway, it's incompatible. So, crap god, okay. So, get this free piece, first piece, go ahead check for those other two pieces as well. Now for this piece, the right air point in the right, which is up here, is also compatible. I'm not sure if that's even possible, but that's something you can explore. But if you get this piece or this piece, make sure you want to go and check this one. A lot of this is going to sound like common sense, but at the same time, it's not something that I noticed you doing. Okay. So I'm going to demonstrate something here. It should be pretty quick to... I'm just going to reset until I do. Okay, so here we go. This is what I mean. So I want to turn my camera here right away. Go ahead, get this hint, see if there's any free pieces swarming around. Go to red gate. Check for that piece over there. I must admit I don't know the difference between these two. You can just hop into that, by the way. Over here. And we're going to go over that clip in a little bit. There's a lot to go over in Wild Cannon, actually. But what I wanted to go over was the 3 pillars, the near the 6 pillars one. Now you may notice that like I'm taking my sweet time getting this hint. I think that's for the best, honestly. That's just what I do. I think it might be a fast way of getting it though. Well, regardless, let's go over this this clip out over here. Now I will say that this Wild Cannon clip out isn't like the best thing to go for ever. It's not as fast as it looks, but I will go over this. So I want to go over here. Oh shoot. Ideally, well, let me get rid of these robots here so they don't bother us. So, ideally you want to get this hint, and say if you get something and you want to go over here and shoot. You really want to go into this corner and hold right. And I didn't get it there, I want to hold more right. The trick is always hold right. So I'm over here, where do I land? I'm going to land sort of in this area. So, if you go backwards, you're going to get on a red circle. If you go forwards, you're going to... If you hold forwards, you're going to get... So, sorry, this is, sorry. Scary Eyes of the Wild Canyon Track, I think. Regardless, you get something. If you hold even more forwards, you're going to get Golden Path. And if you hold forwards even more, you're going to get this piece right here. Or you're going to get Laughable Wall Painting. Again, I don't think this is really faster. I just thought this would be pretty cool to show. And what this does is gives me a pretty good bottom layout sort of intuition. I'm just going to figure out what piece this is here. The railway. So this is pretty much confirmed the bottom one. And there is a way to check for far one, but just so slow to grab. So that's a little sort of crash course on that piece in particular. This is Scary Eyes. So let's do this trick again, just so I can be pretty comprehensive here. So I get on the Scary Eyes piece here, blah blah blah, although technically I didn't. Hold all the way right. Well, I'm like hesitating now, but I shouldn't be. All the way right. Yeah, I'm holding way too straight, so that's the problem that I'm doing. I usually get this piece of the problem. So go over here, and I'm holding, shoot, I would have wanted to hold left here. I didn't know there was a pipe here, oh my god. Hold all the way right. Yeah, the trick is you don't want to go over here. Now I will tell you something that I've been. So that's just a few things that I noticed here. There is something that I do want to point out, however. Get a blue, green, pink, hopefully. So this one, you want to go sort of towards the crease. I'm going to point out the sort of crease that I go for. If you get this piece, by the way, important, you want to check if you get Wild Canyon Track, because they'll be coming from this area. And you can get 2 pieces for the price of 1, and that would be really good. I do want to point out there's a free piece right here. Go ahead and check for it is visible. And you can check this piece over here as well, in front of the mountain. So that's good. Just want to see, like, jog my memory, see if there's anything to demonstrate here. Okay, so here's a demonstration. I did that really slowly, by the way. Go ahead, break these, check for these, check for that. See, I got it again. So this is pretty important. This is under the wings of 2 birds. I'm not going to get like amazing RNG, but here's the theme, sort of theme that I'm going to be saying, really. It's going to turn bad RNG into okay RNG, which is the best you can hope for. So Wild Canyon, I think the beginning is pretty important. There's going to be stuff that I'm going to be forgetting, however. I really should be having your VOD up. If you don't get a free piece, you want to go for this one. That's just a good rule of thumb. Or you want to check for this piece. Like, say if I got this swirl pyramid, you might get this piece over here, so don't forget to check for that. That goes for pretty much any time, by the way. What? That's crazy. Crazy. Almost died. So here we go. Wild Canyon again. See what else I can go for. Still get 3 pieces over here. The 6 pillars. So there is a way to check. So you already know that this is going to be near. What I want to demonstrate is that, just so I can be as comprehensive as I can, there is a way, like right here, to know which pillars there are. And I guess since I can't like ping them, I guess I'll just reset until I get one. It shouldn't be too hard. Terrible piece. So yeah, it's a free piece check. Come on, the only time I want near the 6 pillars so I can demonstrate it. So sometimes this happens, by the way, and it's really funny. So definitely want to check for that piece as well. Don't forget it, because if you do, you're going to be definitely kicking yourself. Let's see what kind of time I get. I got a 16 there. Let me just go area by area. Just sort of a general rule of thumb, I'll go over some stuff here. Don't forget to check. So it is entirely possible that you can have like 3 free pieces here, I believe, or around 5 of them. You can get this one above the pillar, you can get swirling. What you can do is you can randomly see this piece moving around here, and you can also get, like say this is if you're in the area and you get like this close robot boy over here, and you kill him, and you might realize that you have 2 free pieces here, so don't forget to check for them. In order to get this center of the 8th stone statue, you want to like go on this crease and spiral upward, but it's pretty precise, and you have to look at the geometry over here. Now, if you get this guy, you want to spiral upward in midair in order to get him. So what you want to do is you want to put in the inputs in the air, and then so you can do it right there. Same for suspended ceiling, but I'm not going to go over that. So I think this just about does it for this sort of area. Let me think. Um, yeah, like I mentioned this, you saw this, but you can just like go over here and clip into this piece if you had it. But you have to punch for this piece, and you have to punch for that piece. Um, hmm. Now, what I like to do generally is, let's say if I'm coming from over here, for example, and I get this piece over here, and I get, I don't know, I get some piece over here for piece 1, and I get Farfucker, for example. What I like to do is I like to go down here, and I like to check for free pieces down here. I just like to do it. Probably doesn't save time on average, but that's something I've been experimenting with, and I thought I'd share it with you. Um, but yeah. Anything else? Wild Canyon? Probably not. Other than, like again, if you get this Wild Canyon piece 1, you want to probably go around to this hint. Well, don't go to this hint. Just tilt your camera because it's a moving piece. You can probably see it. And yeah, I really want to demonstrate this thing though, but it's not letting me. I will demonstrate. Sort of see a few things. Okay. Over the head. No, thank you. I'll do this as it comes, sort of. Double containers. There is something like that I like to call the onvar piece that I want to point out here, but again, it's just not letting me. It's kind of lame. And let me just demonstrate what I mean here. So I didn't get any piece 3s, so that means I'm going to check for a free piece at the bottom here. See? Works every single time. So, I mean, that's sort of a demonstration. Oh god, I'm hungry as hell. Be right back. I'm gonna get some nuts. Not a little. Alright. I just gorged myself like there's no tomorrow. Anyways, I was thinking to myself, for pretty much all of these free pieces you can see in 4.3, I just wanted to, again, point it out here. Is this... So now you give it to me. Okay, so yeah, you can tell by the ping what it's going to be. Tell us one right away. Check for the free piece. Anyways, I just want to point out that it's the reason why a lot of the free piece checked in this stage is available in 4.3 is because, check it out, they're all right in front of you. This is right in front of you. Well, both of them are right in front of you, really. But the chat box is on the far side of my screen because I did mess up a little bit. So let's not mess up here. See, even better. A lot of these are available, and well, I guess the argument could be made. This piece, like, it's pretty efficient to just spiral upwards, just to do it, I guess. Is that all I got for Wild Canyon? I'll have to look at you a little bit more just to see. But for Pumpkin Hill, I know I definitely got some stuff, so let's check it out. We're going to do Centurion stuff for now, because I think that's what you're focusing on a lot. Gets hint. Just use 3 picos. First of all, we're going to check for this piece right here. We can check for it, and we also don't want to forget to check this one as well. Let's go ahead and do that, because this is just something that should be checked for. Now, again, as you can see, this piece is clearly visible on 4.3 if we take these, well, bar and bar. Yeah, this is clearly visible. What you have to do, as I'm going to restart again, you're going to see that I'm locking my camera to this. Put the hint. Now, so at this very moment when these cages pop in, that's when I look for it. And you're going to see that there's going to be an emerald inside of them, but there's not right now. I forgot to press the A button. Now, a little bit of secondary check is, once you get to this rocket, you'll also be able to see this very clearly. And again, it's not there. And of course, endless journey. We're going to go over this free piece as well, because it really is a free piece. But yeah, that's one of the first things I wanted to point out. Another, because again, I'm not going to focus on your movement in Pumpkin Hill in particular. I think you get it. Like, it's not complicated at all. But I'm going to go over free pieces. So let's say I go over here. The next thing I want to go over is, obviously, like, this is over here. But what's really important is to check for a dangerous material. What do I mean by this? It's not gonna. So check out these rings, right? These rings are a pretty good indication of when it's gonna spawn in, because I can do this. I can be looking over here and not check it. Well, actually, it would have worked there. The point is, you want to get a little bit closer to it than you normally would, and lock your camera. You're gonna notice that I'm locking my camera a lot. Oh my god, what the hell is this camera angle? What is that coconut doing there? Okay, so just lock your camera. Make sure you just don't miss this piece, because you already know where you're going. There's no need to turn the camera there, right? That's if you're coming from over there. Pretty self-explanatory. If you're getting this piece, scramble for the emeralds, blah, blah, you can check for this piece over here. This is a pretty good piece to check for. And one of the most important places to check for, let's say if I get double containers, and it's in church, well, it's not in Pumpkin Ghost Train, and I have to take this rocket up anyway, you can still check for this piece and grab it, and it'll be really fast. So, noise upstairs and downstairs, there's one thing. But as I was saying before, you can also get it, like, say if I'm getting for a scramble for the emeralds, I can also take a look at it by locking my camera. Again, locking my camera is a theme that we're going for. And even if we say, let's say we'll forget three-faced ghosts over here, we can go over here, and well, it's sort of hard, but we can go over here, get the grab, go over there. Now this is gonna get, this is gonna set me up perfectly for to go into my next three-piece check. My next three-piece check, which is Flaming Emeralds. Flaming Emeralds is something that makes a difference between, like, again, a pretty bad RNG and I got good RNG, but I just didn't check for it. So let's say if I'm coming over here, but I still want to check for Flaming Emeralds. We're gonna, again, go to the theme of locking the camera. And we can do this as much as we want. It's very modular to do so. I like to go over here, go on the slope, get a big jump, and look at what I do. I do this. And I go as far as I need to in order to really hone in on this free piece. And I do this from Three-Faced Ghost, where the camera really isn't catching up to me anytime soon. So that's how I lock onto this piece, by locking the camera and sort of pressing, going left as needed. I didn't do it well because I completely messed up the setup to begin with. But this is just one example, because Three-Faced Ghost and Flaming Emeralds are compatible. And I like to do the example this way. So let's go over here, let's say go over here. Like, from here I can see it, and I really hone on to it the entire time. But it doesn't even have to be that hard. What do I mean by that? Because you're not always going to come for Three-Faced Ghost, you can just come from over here, and that's fine. So let's go ahead and see what I mean by this. Oops. What was that flash? That was weird. There was a flash to, hey Noah. No, what I'm doing, well, now I have to explain. What I'm doing is a analysis to do the Knuckles stages faster. So here we go. What we're going to do is we're going to check for Flaming Emeralds, and it's going to be pretty clear from here. We don't have to lock our cameras really at all, but I still do it anyway. What I do is I lock my camera, but I also do the camera. I move Knuckles in a way that I move Knuckles in a certain way. It's hard to explain, but I move Knuckles so that it's easy for him to see as well. Because look, that's just complete. I can't stress enough, like, it was super clear to see that piece completely. And I'm going to pause the screen just to illustrate. Again, it's right in front of us for 4:3 ratio. Well, yeah, it's right in front of us, and it would have popped in by now. So yeah, it would have been right around here. And we would have gotten, let's say if we got 3 Skull Brothers piece 1, if we get Flaming Emeralds and we have to go to church, then that's terrible RNG. But that turns a bad situation into a good one, and I think that's pretty relevant to check for. The other one is, this is another stage where, let me check, are there any other free pieces? Yeah. Again, this is a more, I don't want to say advanced thing because nobody else is going for this besides me. Alright, so I'm here, and I want to go and get very high up. Hey, you play SA2, that's good to hear. Yeah, this is like some, I'm on that bullshit, if you know what I mean. I'm breaking this game to bits right now, so, sit back. You're not going to understand what I mean at all, but if you do, props to you. So, I'm going to show you how to check for Angel's Ring, okay? But let's say if I'm going for high up, or Tombstone by some grass, or there's only one on the cliff, or it's about to fall off. What do? I'm going to turn my camera all the way left, I'm going to whip it left as far as I can, but that's not going to be enough. I have to go for the piece, so I know where it is. Oh, you use mods. Do you use the randomizer? Okay. I don't know I can dig into this platform. So, the trick that this is not something that you need to pick up right away. This is just something that I do, and whenever I do, it's super pog. So, maybe you can get that excitement as well as I do. We're going to do a little bit of a detour here. So let's say if you get twin skulls and get this piece, you want to rise and go to get this hint, by the way. It's just something I wanted to point out. In addition to this, I'm pretty sure I've seen you do this. Yeah, CSM. What's funny is we did something called an alt swap tournament before, like way back in 2017, where we did characters like, okay, Let's say you get Three Brothers Tombstone. I know I'm going all over the place, by the way, but I want to not forget things. Three Brothers Tombstone, you want to go all the way the hell down. Like, before you even see this ghost pop in and do his little jig, that's how you know you fucked up. So, you want to go all the way down before down here. And then if you do it this way, he's going to pop up for you to get. Very important. Or else you're just going to be screwing yourself entirely. So anyways, back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity. We're going to dig into this platform again because apparently we can do that. I'm gonna do a quick thing. So I'm going for very high up, but I'm at the same time I'm looking for that. I did that pretty badly, however. So again, this is gonna be coming from this direction. Yeah, that's cool to hear. So the trick to doing this is, and again, this is something that you don't have to do. This is something that I've been experimenting with. That I've had good success with as well, I want to say. Now, another thing is, but it's a free piece check regardless, so may as well add it to your repertoire of tricks. You just want to make sure you have good blind camera movement. Look, if you can do CGSS, you can do this. That's all I'm going to say. So immediately whip around, check for this piece, go for high up or whatever you're getting for it. Like I did pretty well there. That's a pretty good example. Or you want to go over here, or you want to go over here, or you want to go over here, or you want to go over here. You can do it with all these pieces. That's just something pretty cool that I've done, that I've been implementing recently. Another one is Ghost Pump. We're gonna go over hints pretty soon, but let's say you get this is possible, I think. I don't know. I don't know if this is actually possible, but yeah, the hint here. This is the hint you want to get. I don't know. You get. Sometimes you want to go over here and you want to check for this piece, and it pops in, but you have to get pretty close, however. So that's the only problem. So you know, let me. This is a good example. Okay, so I get this piece, right? Yeah, I guess it would be better to go down, but let's say if I get. All right. No. Say if I get this piece right here. Let me fly over to here. Okay. This is where hint recognition comes into play. Get this. Pretend I didn't get Ghost Train Station. Pretend I got Lonely's Tombstone, for example. And this is where I'm going to show you the hidden spring over here. Get rid of this guy. Now this is only useful for a certain number of pieces, like this one over here. But this is the spring that you definitely want to take. Get this one or Dasher and Blixen. But let me give you an example. This is not always what you want to get because it might in my eyes it's pretty slow. Because look, when I get this hint, blah blah blah, come over here. Well, you already have gotten this hint. You can just get Lonely Tombstone, like just like that, or you can get There's Only One on a. Oh, where is this again? You can get There's Only One on a Cliff like immediately. So it's kind of moot to go for this spring. There's only like a couple pieces that you want to get this spring for. So yeah. Yeah. You didn't know about this spring in the Centurion that I watched, so you want to get this spring if you go for, or you could use this. Yeah, if you're in story style, then use the spring to get up to thing. But yeah, the spring is definitely very quirky and relatable. You want to use it. Now, you want to use it if you get a pumpkin with this creepy smile is looking at. Oh hey, endless journey. Want to go and get this piece, or you want to get pray for harvest in a holy place. Now there is something that yeah, we're going into hints. We're going into hints. So, let's reset again, and we're going to get some hints here. It's about to fall off. Okay. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna check for this piece over here. Didn't get it. I'm gonna check for. Again, I know where about to fall off is, so there's no real need. But here's the thing. I'm over here. My best bet is to go up and get this hint over here and make sure, because This rocket's really fast, so you want to get this. By the way, you do want to be checking for on patrol. It might be popping up. It's going to be popping up in this direction, so look for that. The rocket path is going to be over here. You want to look at this. If you're confused, you want to go up here and make your mark. You want to look at this pumpkin over here. This is what I like to do. Look at the pumpkin, go over here, be like, bam, get the piece. By the way, now we get, oh, I don't know, what's over here? Person you're waiting for has finally arrived. You get Ghost Train Station. It's a small animal, by the way. Ghost Train Station, okay? Then you want to go over here. You want to go over here. Go on the slope, and look, you can run on this slope, by the way. And while you're running on this slope, you want to get this hint, and that's going to be super fast, and you can either jump over here, go drill dive to church, because there's not a piece 3 above church. And so yeah, that's basically it. This is the hint you want to go for if you're ever in this area. By the way, this is another movement technique. Let's say if you get a double pumpkin, sad-eye pumpkin, and you get it, and you go over here and you get a hint, and you get the other sad-eye pumpkin, but you're too low, you can take this rocket to get some height, and that, okay, rocket path. Shoot. Yeah, if you get this hint, just drop down, come over here, do the same thing. I don't have hints. That's called Pumpkin Snowman because there's a ghost, by the way. Is there anything else that I have to note about this? You really want to, what I was noticing when you get one around in a circle, you want to go like over here, basically. Yeah, but you already know. Okay. Again, I'm going to go sort of rapid fire here. Let's say you get turns but not turn. You want to go over here, get this switch so that this train is in your way. Get it. You want to do what now? Okay, I'm trying to get double containers here. It shouldn't take me too long. Oh, hey. So, double containers has it's pretty thing. Okay. So, pretend I got double containers piece, double containers thing here. What I like to do is I like to go over here, ideally I would want to charge my spiral upper. Over here, grab the piece, go over here, oh shoot, go over here, and get this hint up here, and what this allows me to do is it allows me to, oh shoot, allows me to, gives me an option to get to church quicker. Overall, what I do want to note, this is important, you don't tend to take this rocket a lot, because you never get up here in the first place, and this is a pretty good spot to be in, because it gives you a lot of options. So double containers, church mountain. Let's get this piece, you want to drill dive right into it, get this spring. Okay. Get this spring, sometimes it just doesn't work, I don't know why. Remember, for the emeralds, for example, this is a situation where you definitely want to go over here. Go in this chat box, it doesn't have a really good hitbox, so you want to be careful. Go ahead, take this spring, that'll be faster, actually. So you wanna take note of that. Let's remember for the emeralds, Ghost Pump next, that was a really good set, actually. So yeah, that's what you want to do. But look, now the reality was that you actually got Church Mountain double containers. So what do you want to do then? You want to still take this rocket because you're already here. This is actually where you legitimately want to check for Angel's Ring because it's going to be right there. But you want to go over here, check, see if it pings, which it would ping if you go all the way down here. If not, you automatically know it's going to be over here. There's a few ways to do this as well that I think it's pretty cool, but it doesn't really give you an idea. Because let me tell you what I used to do. So go over here, let's say if it was story style over here, blah blah. Realize it wasn't church, I use a pretty, god, knuckles. Okay, go over here. And then I can't seem to do this. It doesn't matter anyway, because I think the other way is faster. I'm going to show you anyway. Use like a slope jump, and use another slope jump, and check for this piece again. I guess you know what, it might actually be optimal to do so, I just think it's a little bit slower. Now, anything else? Yeah, the gist of it is, I've gone over the hint monitors you want to go for. Ideally, let's say if you get this piece, for example, and you get this piece, or you get this piece, blah blah blah, I feel like you want to go up here, get this hint, because this rocket is so fast, and so say if you need to get to Pumpkin Mountain anyway, you still want to take this rocket. This rocket's very useful. That's a part of the routing that you want to get. So yeah, this rocket's golden. This hint is golden. You don't really want to go out of your way to go for this hint, but sometimes it's just the faster option. Let me see if there's any other things. For Side-Eyed Pumpkin, I always want to go for this one near Pumpkin Mountain. Just stick to one and go for it, really. The reason why I like to do so is because you can go over here and check for it. Though, I guess the point can be made, you can also check for Ghost Pumpkin's necklace, and that would be good, but if you do so, then you're not going to have enough height, and it's going to waste a little more time. So yeah, story style sort of follows Centurion style in a lot of ways. It's just a little bit less checking. For example, you don't want to check noise upstairs and downstairs. I'm trying to see, there has to be other things. Yeah, just get that switch. Trying to see some other scenarios here. I think I went over everything I needed to. Is there anything that I don't know about this stage? Probably not. Like, what can I possibly think about? I really don't know. But I feel like there's something. Check for Ghost Train's guidepost, I guess, while you're trying to get double containers and it's not there. Check for Endless Journey as well. Place where you can hear the horn, know where that is. Those are, I should say. Place you can hear the horn, know exactly where to go. Under the Tremley versus under A Tremley, don't get confused. Tombstone by the grass. Know where to dig. For in between three triangles. Yeah, routing. I think your routing piece knowledge is going to get there, but your routing in Pumpkin Hill is what I want to review. Is important. Free piece checks, I told you a bunch of them that you can implement right away. They're not too hard. Aquatic Mind is definitely there. I think you do really do well in Aquatic Mind. There's just a few things that can be even better about them, and I'm excited to sort of go over this with you. But what can I say? What can I say preemptively? Again, the reason why I said this is going to be hard because it's going to be sort of a two-step process. You're going to have to learn Monitor Clip, and you're going to have to learn Sign Clip even better than you do, which you already do know Sign Clip pretty well. Essentially, you're going to perfect those two tricks, and then I'm going to have to come back and see what can be done. But you're pretty solid at it regardless. Again, free piece checks are going to be huge here. There's so many that you can check. A lot of top runners don't do it, but I feel like it's pretty worth it though, because it'll save you time on average. And that's what you want. You want to save time on average. Now, trying to think what else. Free pieces checks. Again, routing for everybody in Aquatic Mind is sort of going through a renaissance phase where we learned about the spring, we learned about Pillar Run, and I haven't been privy to any of those, so I'm going to have to refer you to either Tommy, Dage, Axel, and Logan. They're all going to teach you how to move in that level, but I'm certainly not going to because that's not my forte. I just sort of do this level. Trying to think. Yeah, your movement's fine, but I'm just going to introduce. It's going to be like an introductory course, sort of, and then the advanced things are going to have to, I don't know. Do I have my microphone on? Yeah. Next thing, piece checks. Like, you know where the monitors are, so there's no real need. So, what I'm gonna... So, the reset strats are pretty important too, and here's what I'm gonna do. It's just like Aquatic Mine, like how you start Pumpkin Hill doesn't matter at all, as long as you know what you're doing, and as long as you know what pieces to go for, and as long as you know how to check for them, whichever view. Aquatic Mine, it's super important to know every single ping. Well, it's important to know one ping in general. One ping in general trips up a lot of top runners. Like I saw Aiden fail this. He lost a bunch of time. So I'm going to go over the pings at the very start of the level. Reset strats are huge here. If you don't get a ping, I wish I actually prepared notes, but I'm doing this off my noggin. So I guess you may want to take notes on this. It's like in math class. I don't know. So if you get a ping, you want to keep it. You want to keep your set all for one. If you get a ping and it immediately, and I'm talking about Thanos snaps away, you get a green and it goes away immediately. What you get is two skulls looking at each other in a cave. And once you do this, you pretty much already know that you're going to get pretty bad RNG, and I would reset that. It takes a lot of like pretty hard recognition to do that. And I wish I could illustrate it, but it's very hard. Now, but if you have a green, that's fine. Now, if you get yellow, you generally don't want to... There is a way to get sealed window, but it's kind of slow. So you want to get the third water level either way, because there's some things like, oh, I don't know, beneath, dig under the triangle skull that you can't get in water level 2, for example, but I suppose you can get it, so it's going to be slow. So we've shifted gears to 3. If you get a yellow ping, you just want to jet and get to the third switch right away and check for free pieces, as I'm going to show. Hopefully I can show this. So I'm just going to do this a few times. Let me see what I do. Look over here. But look, here's what I do. Within the first 2 seconds of the level, if I get a ping, I'm going to get either, I don't know, bottom of the main pillar, skulls, barrels wearing a towel, or wearing a tie near a metal barrel. If I get a ping over here, and this is where movement comes into play, just take this set. And we're going to see what kind of set we get. I'm going to check for a bunch of free pieces. I'm going to review this again. Yeah, see, that's how you know. This is a lot of knowledge coming through. Get this here. Hope I didn't get a main pillar, that would suck. It's always going to be in the center for piece 2. Yeah, I might be eating my words here. This might just be like a terrible set. This is a terrible set. I got dented ceiling. Well, no. Let's talk about dented ceiling. If you get this, blah blah blah. You want to go like in this skull and sort of finagle your way and get it eventually. There is like a bulletproof setup for this, and I'm going to link that video to you. You just want to sort of practice it. I don't have it. Like sometimes I get this first try, sometimes like right now I get this a millionth try. Yeah, I don't know. Just sort of practice that and you'll get it eventually. It's not like something that's important because you're probably going to clip out to this anyway. So beginning. That's one situation. Like I got bad RNG. Okay, so yellow. You want to check. So if you get a yellow, by the way, you still want to check for 3 fans. I take my time checking for 3 fans because I hate like getting near the wall and being mad at myself. So I just take as much time as I need to. I want to go over here, and check it out. Oh shoot, I mean check it out. This piece was over here anyway, so you didn't lose time trying to do some bullshit, which I'm not blaming you doing, but some people like try to check for all the pieces, and it's really not optimal at all. don't blame them after all. Hey, dented ceiling again. So this time I can, if you're coming from over here, you're gonna see yourself, oh, I have a ping, I don't have a ping. If I don't have a ping, that's far. It's the one that's hard to get. If I do have a ping, it's a close one. Let me just, actually, let's not do that. Now, I noticed you did this one over here. I've never seen anyone even think of doing that. I mean, it's actually faster to go over here, just straight up go up and do this one because it's closer. So let's do it. I think the reason why is because you can clip into this room and you're sort of mitigating the risk, so to speak. Now, sign clips, not all sign clips are equal. What do I mean by that? Like this sign, for example, pretty hard to do. And let's just say that you're doing M3, and oh shoot, you're doing M3, right? And this is definitely faster, but honestly, let me get this. Like this is actually really hard from the left. It's not hard, but what I'm gonna say, it's not the same. And what I like for sign clip is consistency, okay? And I can consistently go from the left side, but not the right side. So even if I can't get a 7-second M3, that's fine. But it's not just for M3, it's for every mission, right? So what is Amachar doing up there? Why is he there? Where did he come from? Okay. So this is just faster, so I would recommend doing this, but if you're comfortable, you might judge. Just want to go over here, go way out of bounds until the camera resets. Just sort of jump right in. I kind of failed it though. Well, we can have more practice with this. Looks like a certain finesse to do it. I did this first try once, and it was amazing. Like yeah, this is something you'll just get eventually. Kind of blow at it, but yeah, if you're practicing this level, you don't want to reset like I did. I just kind of did it because I'm lazy. And again, you may notice that I'm taking my sweet time just checking all of these free pieces. Brick room that's always underwater. So there you go. So let's move on to the free piece checks at the ceiling, okay? So I already know I'm gonna check this piece. So again, I'm checking for blue 3 fans as much as I can. Oh, look at that! My radar went away right away. What does that mean? That's what I mean. I would have reset there, but I already knew. But you want to reset this piece because it's horrible. Unless I'm going to illustrate this for you right now. Check for that free piece. I'm going to check for the main pillar, by the way. Check for this. Do monitor clip. You can get that. It's pretty lenient to get, by the way. Okay. You can use monitor clip to get into here. I don't know if it's faster or not, but I don't know the out of movement, out to bound movement very well, and I'm not even going over this. This is like it's like 5th grade right now. Not a 5th grader. Certainly not smarter than one. Yeah. See, this is terrible RNG. So under the flat background, this is sort of a detour that I want to make. This can be over here, which it is, or it can be over here. Well, actually, yeah, this is over here. But check it out, it's not going to be in the center. Let's say I want to dig in the center. I'm not going to get it. Okay, and I'm going to be really frustrated. I'm going to die. That's because it's to the left, because I guess the game developers don't do that. So where it is, it's actually over here. So, but the good thing is we can option select. So to go in the middle, what's my visual cue? It's sort of like this right here. You want to go in the middle of that thingy. So go over here, dig in the middle, get it every time, no matter where it is, because there are 2 places it can be. Yeah, that just demonstrates how terrible skulls looking at each other in a cave is. Of course, there are good sets with it. I can't lie, but yeah. So I kind of got sidetracked there, but let's not get sidetracked and let's go over the free piece checks. Okay, here we go, check for that. At this point we already know what it is. It's left eye of the jumbo face. We still wanna... Oops. Oh, it wasn't left eye of the jumbo face, huh? It's wrong. Now I keep getting distracted. I think a ghost in the pop up. I think Warren would have been better. So yeah, this piece you want to spiral upward, but I think I've seen you do that before, so not gonna matter. Okay, so for real this time, no matter what I do, I'm going to check for free piece. Okay, so this is just normal. Here's what I'm gonna do. Well, ideally I wouldn't be over here. I'm gonna go over here, go as low as the ground I can get, break this box. Easy. I like to get this in, but it's kind of suboptimal to do so. Go over here, get this in. Go over here, don't forget to check for this piece behind here, because that can show up. Go over here, get this in. Go ahead, over here, break that guy. What I like to do, as you can see, the objects pop. This object, there's the fire, but you don't want to deal with that. This pops up and the piece will show up here. So I like to do this, but I do like to do it really quickly. Go down, go over to side number 2 and get my piece. But in addition, I want to check for the main pillar. You want to check for this piece whenever you go down. Let's say if you're getting, I think you're pretty good at this trick over here, so this isn't something I'm going to go over. I think Dark Pro did pretty good. Well, apparently I need to go over this trick. Let's just say I get, I'm over here, something other than Minecraft. I want to drill dive down. I want to keep my eyes down here while I do so that I can check for the main pillar free piece. This is another piece of neat movement. Say I get twin skulls and I'm over here. Well, I would rather be over here. To get twin skulls, you want to go on this slope and go all the way down and have the wall do all the work for you. This is compatible with this piece over here, by the way, so you don't want to get caught slipping. You already want to get caught slipping on thing. Okay, so those are all the free piece checks that I do. Now again, I do things really slowly because I've always done things slowly, but yeah. Oh, by the way, broken minecart, that thing over there, there's gonna be a free piece over there. So what I want to do, let's do this over. Go over here, break this box. Make sure I don't want to be over here. I want to be over here. Break this box. Check. Make sure that's over there. Blah blah. Get the hint. The minecart tracks. Tell this is the close one. Go over here. Do it really quickly. Go over here. Go over here. And that's what I do. And that's what this is a very rare piece, by the way. Probably a ghost piece here. No. Let me talk about sign clip real quick. So I got a free piece, but it's not. One, that's not something I want to take, and two, I know this is another thing that we talked about, routing. I already saw this free piece, piece 3, so I don't want to check for any piece 3s. What does this mean? This is a piece 2, that's a piece 2. Oh, that's a piece 2 as well. Oh, that's a piece 2? Oh, look at that, that's a piece 2 as well. So, dude, I probably down below or something like that. Oh, no, the tilted pillar. For example, I know that neither of... What is this? So this piece can't spawn, main pillar can't spawn, go back and forth can't spawn, and moving around thing can't spawn. The star thingy can't spawn either. 10 extra jump. So let's go ahead and talk about sign clip. First things first. Again, I really I see that you're pretty comfortable with a right side sign clip. I can't say I'm the same. This gave me so much trouble starting out, but at the same time, I feel like you're not super consistent with sign clip, which is why I might recommend going to this side, because this side, shoot. Hi, Aiden. Look, Aiden. All I'm trying to say is that, yes, this can be completely consistent. I just think this one's easier, and I just believe that this one's a lot more consistent for me. I don't think it's equal. So that's what I would recommend. I want to show you something that's pretty like, I think you already know this already, but once you get out of bounds here, go, oh, you know what? Why don't I put on some music, actually? Why don't I put on some bangers? What do you want to listen to, Aiden? Get some banger alerts. Music. Hmm. Now let's listen to some bangers. Okay, so for Audacity, here's what I realized, right? I realized that I couldn't, I have to do this through here instead. See these speakers? I have to change them to Evermedia. Alright, here we go. I hope I can, no, I can't do this without lyrics. Everyone is here in Aquatic Mine. Once was a coal pit, but now it's a gold mine. Come on, gotta get a good song. Like my desktop background? What's that? Is it Bowser? Hold on, listen, I gotta... Yeah, we're gonna listen to this song. Nothing but bangers. This takes long because I'm streaming, I'm mad. Yeah, it's just background music. Right. So, no, this is still too loud. Gotta be really soft. Alright, better. So, here we go. Oh, is it? Well, it's supposed to be. I don't want it to be interrupting, but thank you for letting me... Oh, shoot. I don't want it to... Because now I can't hear the sound of my own voice, but that's fine. So, here we go. That's what I recommend. I just recommend doing sign clip that way. And of course, the moot thing that I was going to do is just just hold down and hold straight, and you're going to be there. So nothing to worry about. Although it would be a little bit more optimal to move a little bit right. But here's just like a sort of, I don't want to say beginner thing, but sort of like crutches that doesn't really lose time. So let me show you what I mean, and let me show you how to get this piece again. This is what I like to do, and just let the wall do the work for me. I think it's faster. That has to be faster. Anyways, look. So here's what I like to do. Let's say you go over here. Again, the reason why I say this, always Aiden. Hopsital. I think that left side sign clip is pretty easy because here's what I want you to do. Just focus on doing this and focus on going straight. I do have an audio cue for this, but for beginners, well, you're not a beginner, but just go straight. And what are you going to do? Go straight. When you land, jump and high jump. And bam, you're here. This is a pretty consistent sort of bulletproof setup, and it takes you to where you need to be, which is good. Now, this is something that this is sort of movement that I've never gotten down because I don't understand how to do the slope. Again, go to Axel, Tommy, even go to Aiden, go to Axel, Tommy, Logan, Dage, and tell them how to do thing because I don't understand. I did it there, but I just don't understand how to do that. Yeah, you just mash, but what direction do you hold? Because I hold a direction, I immediately fuck myself. So look, alright. Oh, maybe it's because I'm not holding a direction. Oh, okay. Anyways. So this is also another thing that I don't understand, but it's really pretty thing to know about. But that's huge though. This thing is going to be so. This sort of clip is going to be really instrumental to learning. So I'm gonna. Who's good at this? I know Monkey's really good at this trick. Pretty much everyone's good at this trick except for me. Smile. Yeah. But here's the thing. People get this trick consistent. Like super consistently, so it's not. I agree, it sucks. I can't do it, but if people are getting consistently, then both you and I need a. All right. If it doesn't, if it's, are you all right, Reggie Fils-Aimé? If it's not fun, why bother? It ruins the fun of the game. Aiden, why did you retire from the president of Nintendo? Anyways, all right. But for aquatic mind in particular, what I'm going to do is do a little bit of a crash course into sine monitor clip right now, actually. And I do have a recommendation for it. By the way, if you get this piece, just go into it. There's no need to punch. It's actually kind of slow. I feel like you know about Warren already, so I'm not going to bang you over the head over it. I thought accent. Alright, so we're going to go over monitor clip. But the thing about it is, we're not going to go over monitor clip now. It just doesn't make sense for us to do so, but... How do I explain this? We're going to go over it in parts, because there are really two parts to doing this. The first part is to, I gotta change the music. You know what? Hold on. No, I don't like this song, actually. It's not that I don't like it, it's just... Yeah, no. No, we're gonna... Yeah, this one. This is definitely more chill. So, monitor clips can be described in two parts, okay? The first part is actually getting out of bounds. Like so. Let me show you something that's not going to get me out of bounds. That's not going to get me out of bounds. This trick is so multifaceted, and this is such a bad stage to learn it in. So I'm not going to do this right now. I'm going to go to Death Chamber and teach you monitor clip that way. And I might even come back to this. Is there anything else that I haven't? Yeah, just check for that piece, let's just close it up first. For this one, just go straight. Yeah, and the thing about it is, I think monitor clip's sort of a, how do you say this, a contemporary trick that nobody, like Axel doesn't do this, Tommy does this, but it's like a new thing. And it's very easy though. I wouldn't say it's the easiest trick in the book, but like that saves a ton of time actually. It saves so much time on average that it's ridiculous. But Aiden, here's what I'm trying to get at. For Hopsital and for pretty much anyone, I don't think learning this trick in Aquatic Mind is very conducive to learning, because Death Chamber is a lot easier, and you can just transfer your skill over and it'll be easy that way. So I don't think I'm going to do that. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else? Yeah, what I want to stress is sort of routing, for example. If you see you get 3 fans, and it's piece, and you know it's piece 3, it's near the wall or whatever, you still want to check for the pieces that aren't piece 3, which is all of them. Maybe not near the blue flame, or... because I don't think... well, the only thing is you wouldn't be checking for its move surrounded by blue lights. What is this? What's going on my screen? I've never seen this before. Okay, because all of these are piece 2s, like punch, go that piece, this piece, this piece, this piece, and you want to do that. You just want to do it because these are all piece 2s. Suppose it got near the wall, or let's see, I can even get Guardian the switch. So those are around 5 or 6 free pieces that you can just check. Now again, I was just talking about you. I know you don't check for any of these pieces, but I feel like it's just something to check for some of them. I don't know. I'm opening the option to you. It's a recommendation to see if it's faster or not. I feel like if people are in races, people don't check for them if they really want to catch up the other player. I don't know. It's weird. I know some free piece checks are that powerful. I think that's all I have to say on this level. Death Chamber, again, I believe that you're better at Death Chamber than me, Hopsital, so... that being said, not everybody has the answers that they need. So how about this? I'm just going to go ahead and show let me show you how I check for these free pieces. I just go like this, and I have 2 and 34. I'm just going to... This is blue hallway, okay. Obviously you're better in box clip. I have no idea how to do this clip. Well, almost did it. So, the only thing I'm going to do, Hopsital, I'm just going to show you a few things. There is some movement here that's not very tight when I notice it. So, let's say... no, you're not Hopsital. So look, this is a perfect sort of... no. So this is how I check for the free piece, Golden Goddess. Oh, this is perfect, actually. So go over here, go. Oh no, it's in green room, what do I do? So, let's pretend that I know what the piece this is. Oh shoot. Triangle Flame. This is a perfect opportunity to check for do monitor clip. Now, monitor clip, there's Dry Lagoon monitor clip, there's Aquatic Mine monitor clip, and then there's Death Chamber monitor clip. Death Chamber monitor clip for, well, this is Molotov Cocktail monitor clip. This is going to be, this one's hard for the out of bounds section if you don't know what the out of bounds section look like. So, suppose, you know what, this is a lot easier in Blue Room, actually. So let's see what happens if I go straight. If I go straight, I'm in this room, which I don't want. So here's what I want to do. It's a very delicate process for this one in particular. Blue Room monitor clip is more easy. It's easier, but it has a whole lot less application. What do I mean by this? Imagine this wall. Once you get out of bounds, you want to go, if you're out of bounds and you're sort of in the void, you want to go parallel in this direction. That's what you want to do. So let me go ahead and demonstrate that. I'm going parallel, and here I am. What do I see? For all intents and purposes, I've completely broken the level. Oh shoot, I've broken myself. Oh no. So normally this would not happen. I would be on the ball, but I would go somewhere around here. So where do I end up? I end up in a really good place. Because look at this. I can go here, and I can go up and down and right by wind power pretty easily. Okay, but that also gives me access to red room. which is great, which is fantastic, because it's almost as good as doing death struts at that point, which is freaking fantastic. I can get to Red Room. Where else can I get to? And don't worry about doing this trick. I'm going to demonstrate the sort of how to do it pretty soon. Actually, probably I should have done that at the beginning, but I'm already here. So, in addition to this, remember, I got Triangle Flame, but I got Green Goddess. I'm going to call it Green Goddess for now. What can I do? Here's what I can do. The goal is to get to Fire Dance Room, which is going to take a lot of frame perfect glide resetting, which is possible to do, but if you fail it, you die. Well, you don't die, you just lose some time. Okay, so that's really useful. Or you can just go over here like I'm going to, which I have to do to get to Triangle Flame. And that's really the power of this skip. And I think if you implemented this into your game Hopsital, you're going to be pretty good. Oh, you get under the red light. Well, since I'm already here. Okay, so here's why I think that this is the ideal place to practice a skip, because this geometry is super weird. It's like Knuckles has glue on his feet here. What I'm going to do is go over here, and it's the same exact monitor clip. So I think you're going to be able to do this pretty easily. And you know what? Hopsital, forgive me for doing this, but I really think it's easier to do. Easier to line yourself up. Again, I know we're Knuckles players, but it's easier to do it in here because you actually have some good lines to check up on. You really want to line up with the eagle here. Like if you're sort of like this, you're not going to make it, but it's just so much easier to learn it here. Although the A press... Oh, shoot. Oh, I'm failing it. So remember, I wanna stress here that I think you're gonna look at the spiral upper and you're gonna say, yeah, I can do that. It's just the double A input. The double A input to glide outside of bounds is kind of hard. That's the gist of it. But like in my opinion, it's easier to learn in Dry Lagoon, and you can just take that to any stage you want because the out of bounds section is so easy. But yeah, I don't know. You're gonna have to learn the out of bounds movement either way. And I think that Dry Lagoon, which is the reason why I go into Dry Lagoon to learn this trick, is because there really is no out of bounds. You just hold up and right, and you're there. See what I'm saying? So pretty much you have to know at the apex of your jump. For a monitor clip, that's when you double tap A and glide out of bounds. The hardest one, well, it's not hard, but the most strict one is not Pumpkin Hill, is Aquatic Mine Sign clip, and that's why we're going to go back, because you absolutely have to glide extend here. This is probably skulls at each other looking at a cave. Those Minecraft track's almost as bad. So look, you're over here. Oops. And here's the problem with this skip. This is why it's the most challenging. It's because you need to read this hint, but you only have a little bit of time to do so. And not only that, you have to glide extend. The glide extending isn't that bad, though. By the way, it can be this ghost as well. Can't believe you didn't believe me. See, it's so hard. Like, I make this look free, but it's actually not. I mean, now it is. I just don't understand how. Shoot, like, I feel like I haven't actually taught you how to do this, though, and it makes me feel bad. But I don't know how to explain this. You drill dive up, which should be the easy part. I just don't want you to... The moral of the story is I don't want you practicing how to do this skip in this clip out in Dry Lagoon. I don't in Aquatic Mine, rather, but in Dry Lagoon or Death Chamber. Probably Death Chamber for you since you run Knuckles. But, yeah, that's what I would add. There are a few things. For Death Chamber, I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. Like, you're just really good at Death Chamber. Better than I am, at least, so. I'm trying to think, like, what can I even say for Death Chamber? So, I just gave you a brief rundown of Molotov Cocktail Skip. That's something that you can start learning and implementing right away. For free piece checks, though, I think you just check them all, don't you? There's nothing that I need to say to you. And you check them the way I do. I would probably ask Draco Dan, Tommy, Seraphim, any one of those guys to check for bugs on patrol, because I have no idea how to. Trying to think. What else? Green room, pyramid, core. Again, I feel like you have a good grasp of how to do green door clip. That's not something that I have to tell you. Gotta think. What else? Think. Let me just go over blue monitor clip really quickly. I went over the out of bounds and Molotov, but not for blue monitor clip. So let's get over there. I want to do this clip once in my life. You always want to punch in this platform, by the way, just to get a little bit of speed. So this is far less applicable. It doesn't really help you a whole lot, but alright. So what's my name? I got two beautiful women on the flame, piece 2, and now I'm getting Gorilla's Chase. This is a situation where I would want to use this clip. Actually, no. No. First of all, let me tell you, if you get... Oh shoot, I got shot. Let's say if I get this piece and I get Angel's Ring, then you definitely want to take this painting no matter what. I want to take this painting, get Angel's Ring, or get Merry-Go-Round, or get Dig in the Area in front of the Scorpion. 3 cases. Let's say if you get a green room third piece, then that's when you want to use this trick. It's just faster to get there. See? And you either want to go to... Oh shoot, what's wrong with my camera? Well, you want to get to this room, regardless of what I'm trying to get across. Or, you want to get to this room, or let me just demonstrate the other thing. It should be pretty self-explanatory, but you can also get to the core as well. Oh shoot. So this thing you always want to punch on just so you can get a little bit of height. Not for blue door clip though, I don't think. So let's say you get it's floating in front of the flames, I think the piece is called. Oh shoot. Then you just want to go over, shoot. Or if you get funny. Look, or if you get, like, you can get this piece, you can get 2 guys far away from each other, or if you get Amo Chow thingy or whatever. Or if I just forgot on this case as well, if you get this piece, then you want to clip into this room right away, and then you just want to go over here. So that's, I guess blue monitor clip is a little bit more versatile than I gave it credit for it to begin with. That's what I would want to say. Shit, I feel like I wanted to say even more, but you never really know. Meteor herd. So there's a lot to go over in meteor herd. I feel like it's probably, I want to say, one of your weaker stages, but routing is important. There's a lot of free pieces that don't show up that very often that you do want to check for. Yeah, free piece checks and routing, and again, circling right back to monitor locations is definitely important, because I saw you scrambling trying to find a good monitor to get, and that's not cool. I think we're just gonna get good monitors right away here. I'm not very good at the movement, so. So we're just gonna go over this piecemeal here. Let's start from the top, shall we? Just check for a couple of free pieces there. Oh shoot. So, number 1, piece 2, guns machine is protecting the yard. Want to go over here, get this man, go over here, get this hit. It's very fast to get, and boom! All of a sudden you get jump from the star. Just go down here. Easy. Get jump from the star. I'll go over jump from the star again, by the way, but oh my God, Knuckles. Yeah, this is pretty tough to see, so let's go ahead and make a demonstration of this, shall we? See if I can actually... Yeah, you can only check one or the other. Now let me get back up there. So that was a free piece that check that I chose not to find. And the reason is because I was too busy looking for the rarer one, which you have to check. You really have to devote your time to check for this free piece. Right there, I just checked for both of them, but the last time I wasn't very proficient at doing so. Let me just do this a couple more times just so I can get my bearings. That one. The reason is because it kind of loses time to check for this, because you have to go over here. You normally have to go over here anyway. Well, okay. I got this set. I got huge starter on the steel tower, and then I got dig into a small meteorite. What do? What I'm going to do is check for tip at the top of the arc. Then I'm going to check for the floating front 3 tanks next to each other, which would have been faster. Which would be faster either way. So let's go ahead and do for that. Right here. The free piece that you want to check for is going to be up here. And it's going to take a little bit of reaction time to see if you actually got this or not. I'm going to show how afterwards. But what do I do afterwards? That's the first thing I do. Let me show you the next thing I do right after that, right after I react. See, plenty of time. Then I go ahead and check for this piece, see if it's there, go get this guy. Go over here, get a hint. Oh, that's over there. Well, no, I would have found this either way. But yeah, the mission would have been done. So, I'm going to reset the piece. We're going to explain to you how to get it. Fast rotating meteorite, huge storage area in front of a container which is inside a container. Anything that's in that sort of meteorite in the middle. We want to check about these pieces. How do I do it? I'm going to hold my right trigger, and we're going to do the same sort of thing as we do checking for Chow Box in Pillar Without a Treasure, and it's pretty much analogous to doing so. Pillar Without a Treasure and Laughable Wall Painting. We're going to I don't know when I moved this thing. We're going to check for... Shoot, that's not the R button. Oops, that's not the R button. We're going to hold R until we are... Well, first of all, let's check this. Let's go to this rocket. And what's going to happen is our camera is going to be facing forward towards dangerous liquid charm. and we don't want that. We're going to hold R until it's parallel to this surface right here, and then we're going to lock our camera. We're going to react. We're going to say to ourselves, alright, we have plenty of time left for this piece, let's see if we got it or not. We're going to say to ourselves, we don't got it. And for completion's sake, let me just tell, no, we're going to say we don't got it. Then we're going to immediately go over and check for the moving piece. Again, I do want to point out that right here it's possible to see going up the rocket, it's just super hard. So I already know I don't have it, but I go over here and I keep unlocking my camera. I get the wrong piece because I was too busy explaining. Though it's really not an excuse, as they say. So this is the sort of movement I did. I go over here and I wrap around and I react that way, and if it's down, I drill that down over here. If not, I can just take this spring, so I sort of option select in that respect. But let's go ahead and try this again. Dangerous liquid, Sean. Oh, by the way, so I'm gonna lock my camera. Check. Oh shoot, I messed that one up because I was super busy talking about my wife, who I don't know. Okay, so you notice me, I'm locking my camera here too. I'll explain that in a bit. Alright, it's not there. Go over here, check for this piece. Oh shoot. See, that's the sort of option select I make. I sort of go over there and then I drill that backward. I'm going to exit out. Let's say this. Let's say that I got, let's see if I'm going to get it first of all. Okay, look, yeah, perfect. I got in front of the shortcut rocket. What I want to do is lock both camera triggers. There's zero reason to not do this because look what's going to happen. I'm going to go right a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to go right a little bit. So right a little bit and then lock. Because what I want to do, I want to check for wandering between the second and third levels, which is going to be going downward. Shoot. Shoot. No. Oh, God. Okay, so let's do this movement over again, and I'm going to actually pay attention. Oh, shoot, I don't know why I don't know what's wrong with the camera here. See, look. I'm just having a bad time here, but you saw it clearly. It's over here, and then I check for this piece over here. Check this hint. It was actually a bad hint to check, really. Let's go for the hint monitors. So yeah, definitely want to lock your camera here. This is another free piece you want to check. If you get dangerous liquid piece of one, or dangerous water drops, if you decide to check for it, it's totally fine. So I want to go down the line and check for the pin monitors that I was too distracted. This is a ground piece, by the way, if you want to reset this, but it's good for me. Check. Free piece. No free piece. Check over here. Alright. So I get dangerous liquid over here. Actually, I think I will get this piece just so I can demonstrate something. Did I get it? No. But besides that, let's see. Get this piece right here. Ground. Do you know what this piece is called? I forget. It's on the ground. You want to go over here, get that hint. Oh shoot. You want to get this hint over here. Grab this, punch Excel, go over here, grab this hint. Then go down. You're probably going to go down here and take this rocket anyway. There's also another one that I noticed that you struggle a little bit with. Shoot, I keep on going the wrong way here. This one. Get this piece and then go over here. Get that hint. That's fast. I do want to just want to see if I can get a rare piece here. Hope I can. By the way, if you're ever down here, you want to get this hint, grab, go over here, wall jump, go over here, and go over here. That's the fastest way to get up. It's just gonna happen. I just want to see what I get out. What else I get here? Okay, digging while watching the stars. You want to. If you get digging while watching the stars, you want to, or watching the moon. Just dig straight down over here. Just keep on going down. Oh no, look at this. Looks like we've got it. See, this is the option select you want to go for, but there's a problem. Let me show you. Well, actually, shoot. This spring right here. This takes you where you want to go. This is the option select because you also have middle, and middle can screw you over. You can get over here. So that's just the route you want to take. Always go down. And let me tell you again. Let me review why you always want to do this. I went from all the way at the top. Okay. Let me just take this spring. Alright, so I'm already all the way at the top. I got this hint. Again, just go straight down. That's all you have to do. No meandering or anything. It's down, down, down. You can option select it. Oh, it's not over here. Bam. I want immediately over here. That's what you want to do. And I just figured that out 5 seconds ago, by the way, Smile. This is a moon and a missile, by the way, if you didn't know. And you can't actually get hit by meteors here. Let's go over jump from the star again. Not again, but for the first time. So let's just make another demonstration. You should be able to see this pretty clearly. It's over here. Get that piece. Oh boy. Jump from the star. Right. I need to take this rocket again. So it's important to know that jump from the star can only be in in 3 areas. See all these stars, but you can only get 2 of them. Should be clear. It can only be this one, or that one all the way down there. Okay. This one you need to take the spring or a rocket, the spring near Evil Liquid drops. But this one, you can just grab, and I kind of failed at grabbing it, but so 2 out of the 3 ones you can actually get, and you can tell by the ping which ones you can get. It's just a little bit hard. So yeah. There is something that I did want to demonstrate as well. And that is, alright, I got above a blue moon in front of a tank. I want to demonstrate how to get to the ground pieces. Well, first of all, let me check. Yep. So this is not easy to check because just because of the background it's on. So I want to be very careful. Alright, so I'm over here. Where do I gotta go? The first stage. I want to go all the way over here and gun for it. I want to go on the slope and get a little bit of speed. Go over here, get a 31. That could have been a sub 30 though. But what I want to point out is oh shoot. Like in this run in general, this slope is huge, and it'll, like this slope right here, that's on the meteor, that gives you like actually a good amount of speed. Probably saves you half a second. I know you're not trying to do ILs or anything, but trying to be as efficient as you possibly can, you know. Go over here, go over here, go over here. So that's one thing. And you just want to dig like straight down. Shoot, I wish I can show you my email, but I can't. Because I have the thing. Because you should be able to know immediately which one of these you have without guessing at all. I'll have to link you to it. It's easier to see than to explain. Yeah. What else? Is there anything else? I don't know, I think that's all I got. But I feel like it should be even more. If you didn't know, there's actually a hidden enemy inside of this this thing. So I guess there's some trivia for you of a hidden enemy. Trying to think. I think that's all I have to say. Again, you should probably learn how to do the. I'll give you the references now. Actually, I have an idea. No, that's not good enough. So you want to look at Logan. Like, you want to dig up the VODs of Logan doing aquatic mine because he's by far the most proficient one. So that's one. Probably want to. It's dangerous liquid charm. You probably want to. That's what I mean. I kind of stalled there, by the way. And Tommy, Axel, and especially Dage are pretty good substitutes for Logan, but I think that nobody used to play. He's the world record holder, so there's really no need to look at anybody else besides him. Although again, not everybody has the answer. Learn monitor clip. Once you get it, I think you'll be able to get it pretty easily and implement it pretty soon. Learn in either Death Chamber or Dry Lagoon. I think Dry Lagoon's a little bit easier to learn in. Just spiral upper and the double tap of the A is the hardest part about it that you can mess up easily. You want to apply this to Aquatic Mine last, however, just because that's the most cutthroat of them all, unless you don't get the hint, in which case I guess it's fine. It's just a little bit tight. Did I forget to explain anything else? Like, now I'm just forgetting. Now, Wild Canyon, yeah. I think I've explained everything in Wild Canyon that I wanted to. Other than that, this is what I have so far. I might do a follow-up video of this if you have any questions or if I failed to mention anything. I'm pretty sure I needed to clarify a few other things. My mind's been all over the place and that I wanted to get this out as quickly as I could because I know you've been waiting. So next one I'll do SMBs, but I'm going to send this VOD to you. I'll cut off the stream right now so that you can check it out. So thank you for watching.